So you have joined the Titanic Lie, and believe it or not, the Titanic Hoax boosted the music industry. So we're going to hear a song that was composed, and people bought the recordings because they couldn't get enough of death. I'm going to talk about the perpetual state of mourning, the continual confrontation with death as the main focus of the agenda of this hoax and many, many hoaxes to come.
Was the Titanic.
When the night is Titanic, coming from Southampton Bay, there were tears upon goodbye to as she proudly steamed away. But soon.
Okay, so you have people that are very joyful, but soon the joy will be taken away. Now, Dave J. used to talk a lot about this, about putting us in a continual state of mourning, so that all we're doing is dropping our heads and being sorrowful because of all these deaths. Now, I experience that every now and then because people come up to me and say, "There was another shooting!" Then they can't wait to tell me all these stupid details of something that didn't happen. But you can see it in their eyes. They drop their heads and they want to cry because they believe the liars and they're robbed of joy. So the song begins with some joy, but don't worry, it's going to be taken away. And that is one of the purposes of the hoax, to take away the joy that people were experiencing.
Laugh is after pain, and fill your heart with woe. Although in sorrow now we yet are proud to know. Every man at his post, as the big ship went down, to take precious lives there we find them. They died heroes through, but now something we must do. For the wife and little ones they left behind them.
Okay, so the end of the song is there's something we must do. And eventually funds were set up that people could donate to help the ones who were left behind from this fake tragedy. And on my one video I showed that by the year 1917, almost £500,000 was collected in Great Britain on one of the funds. So the public is generous, and the public, quote, wants to help, and the public gives their money freely for when they perceive that there are great tragedies. Now that's a mistake, but yet it's being made over and over and over again. But my point on this video is going back to Dave J. and what Dave J. taught those who listen to his videos and maybe still do. That is, they love to put you and me in a state of mourning. In other words, it's always about death. It's always about making you feel rotten and sad and never allowing you to feel joyful that you're alive and that you're breathing and your heart is beating and you have a friend and you have a family and you have a life. Remember, the devil came to kill, steal, and destroy. And so in this sense, the devil steals your joy. How? Constantly what's put in front of you are tragedies. And it may not be a tragedy like the Titanic media atrocity hoax, but it can be another substitute one. And hence the result is to put you in a low state of mourning, so you never come out of it. It's constantly dropping your head, constantly feeling sorry because more people died somewhere. Well, of course they didn't. But for those people who believe they're hoaxes, they very rarely are out of the state of mourning. So this video is to talk about the Titanic as an incident in the media or a media atrocity to create a state of mourning worldwide. Worldwide. Now, my thoughts are that it was a preliminary event to World War I. In other words, they're going to pull even a bigger hoax and try to put people in continual state of mourning, convincing them that the nations can't wait to go into no man's land, and by hand-to-hand combat, kill someone you've never met or never known for some stupid reason, because the Archduke was assassinated. And by the way, that was a hoax too. The Archduke was played by the father of modern Zionism. In other words, it was a staged event. It was a drama play. But people will believe the liars. And when they believe the liars, they stay in a state of sadness. Now I'm here to say to you, it doesn't have to be true for you. You don't have to stay in a state of sadness because you don't have to watch their lies and you don't have to believe their lies when people come up to you. So for example, when people come up to me and they'll say, oh, there was another shooting, then they will give you the location of it, and then they will tell you how many were killed. And they are absolutely echoing what the media told them. I call them minor birds. They're minor birds. They will not stop and use logic and use analysis to tear down these media atrocity events that are not real, but are real, R-E-E-L, and yet it goes on and on and on. But my secret is I don't tell them, you're not going to take my joy. You're not going to steal my joy today, because I know it's BS. And I plan to laugh. I plan to goof around. I plan to enjoy the sunshine. I plan to enjoy a walk. I plan to enjoy my family. I plan to enjoy God. I plan to enjoy God's Word. I plan to enjoy life. So these joy stealers are done. And the Titanic was a Titanic stealing of people's joy all across the world, because in approximately 2 years, more of that was going to occur with the hoax of World War I. Rejoice in the Lord always, and again I say rejoice. The Bible tells us, friends, rejoice, even when these liars are giving you stunts and hoaxes. like the Titanic. Thank you for watching. End of video.